Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. We've had a lot of court cards in this particular series. You all are probably the 6th video, and I think it was Aquarius. All 4 of them were court cards. So as you know, the court cards are the kings, queens, the knights, and the pages. And this is the Queen of Pentacles. This would be would represent an earth sign, which would be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Okay, it also talks about money. They're very grounded signs, right? They're money, giving money, offering money to you, loaning you money. This could be your rising or moon sign, or it could be you just feeling good about where you are financially. Maybe you've made some changes, Gemini, and you've looked at your bottom line and said, that won't work. This will. And you're incorporating newness into your financial plans. So the Queen represents someone who has great abilities to work with money. And it's also about health. So if you've been changing your health regimen, that's been coming up this particular series too, then you're excited about it, you're changing your diet, exercising more, or just having more of a group of people around you that really support you in your spiritual growth. That could be it as well. Now, interesting, she's facing away from this 5 of Wands. And to me, the 5 of Wands represents different opinions, different thoughts, differing opinions. Does that make sense? Like, we're not seeing things the same way. It doesn't have to be pure arguments. It can be a little bit of jousting, or it doesn't have to be a horrible situation, but it does mean difference. And I've said that several times, but it's just the common word among everything. And you see how they're dressed not the same. I'll say it differently this time. Oops, it came out again. Sorry, Gemini. You all are the communicators, and Google a word that's a synonym of different, and that will talk about this card. Okay, that would be a fun thing to do. And then you all can put that in the comments below. Tell me what you've Googled. Tell me what's a great synonym for different. Opposing. There you go. That's one word. It just came to me. Opposing thoughts. Opposing ways of thinking, of wanting to do things. This could be at your work. Very well could be at your work. It could be your home and family too. Like, say you're wanting to move and your spouse does not. Or you're wanting to change something about your house and your spouse and or children are not for it, or they want a pool and you don't want to pay for a pool, and there's just all this stuff going on. Or and at work it could be that there's a group of people that just don't get along all the time, or there's one particular person that stands out that makes everybody else, initiates arguments among everybody else. So I'm just saying that's sort of the essence of this card, and she's facing away from this. She feels very content to me, while these, there's just a lot going on. So I feel like your money, your finances is going to get better, Gemini, or it's going to stay at least stable. And remember, our eclipse, the solar eclipse, the third one of these 3, we had 2 in July and this last one in August. 11th is tomorrow. And so, we've had a lot going on astrologically. 6 planets in retrograde. 6. How often do we have that? Mercury and Mars being, the most probably that affect us. And those go back into this month. So if there's this kind of non-communication going on, then you'll understand why. Because Mercury is the planet of communication. It's out to lunch right now, so there may be some opposing differences. If that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm looking at September, and it's very interesting to me. I remember I said how calm this queen felt with her pentacle. And then under that, we have the beautiful Ace of Cups, one of my favorite cards. This one and the High Priestess, and there's several, but this is one of my favorite ones. The Ace of Cups represent the water signs, or at least the water essence of what we love, who we love. Our cup runneth over. Obviously, the cup runneth over. It's a blessing from the universe giving you an opportunity to enjoy what you love doing, if it's work, who you love, a creative hobby. It's just another blessing from the universe. And it's interestingly enough, the hand is coming, it almost looks like from this Three of Swords, with this heart with the swords through it. So it might be that you've gotten out of a bad relationship, and out of that is coming newness of love of heart. Or it could mean that you lost a financial bundle, and out of that comes a new way of looking at things that makes you happy. It just feels like this one is so positive, and yet it stems possibly from hurt or loss that you have felt. Now, this could be an actual person that you've lost, whether they've gone on to spirit and or they're just not in your life any longer. I have to laugh at myself at this reading. Is interesting to me. We have, look at this, we have all four suits. We have pentacles, wands, cups, hearts. There was one other sign that had all of those. There was one sign that had 4 court cards. And you do have 1 court card. So you have a variety, Gemini, of instances and experiences going on this month. You have the opportunity to make money and to have happiness and joy. You've had heartbreak, and you have differences of what people want in your life. You may be getting it from all angles, saying, well, my mother tells me I need to do this, my husband tells me, or my wife tells me I need to do that, my kids are talking to me, in a way that is opposing and threatening, to my everyday, wanting to keep myself balanced. So just know that, there's a lot going on. You can handle it. And let me know, what these cards mean to you in the comments below. I'm going to look in the crystal and see what comes up for Gemini for mid-month, mid-August to mid-September. Yeah, you all take out time to contemplate when an issue does come up. So you need to solve a problem. Take your time to discern what's in my best interest, what's in your best interest, what's in maybe your family's best interest or the interest of the group you're with. But I just feel like it's real important, Gemini, for you all to be able to gather your thoughts before making a final decision on just about anything. Okay, lots of amber, beautiful, means there will be enlightenment. You will have a few aha, that's what that meant moments. Whether it's other people, they've said something to you and you're like, what in the world do they mean? Or, you had an intuitive gut feeling come up and it comes to fruition. You'll have an aha moment. What I like that I'm not seeing for you all, it's sort of been a trend this particular series, is deception in the crystal. I've seen a mask. I'm not seeing that for you all. I've seen it out of, let's see, you're my 6th one, probably 4 out of the 6 signs. I'm not seeing it for you all. So if there is anybody in your life that is deceptive, then, right as I said that, there may be a little of that for you. It doesn't mean, these aren't negative readings. I'm just saying, since we have Mercury in retrograde, the communication is so very important. And Mercury is your ruling sign, Gemini. So you really probably feel it So just, be wary of conversation of what unfolds. What I'm getting for your totem animal is a beautiful butterfly. So obviously some of you all are seeing transformation. The butterfly opens its wings and it's open to expansion, transformation, transition. All right, nice. Let's see what else. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. A lot of you, it's like taking the time to walking out at night when the sun is setting, dusk. That's the time of day where, if you're, after your full day, wanting to gather your thoughts, wanting to look over the day and see how things went and maybe how they could have been different or not. I feel like dusk can be a really beautiful time of day for you to do that. All right. Anything else for Gemini? Anything else? Hold on. Okay. That looks like a sort of art that is like sculpture art. Interesting. Okay. So some of you might be trying out your creative juices, whether it's through your hands or maybe it's through your your vocabulary. Maybe it's through your wearing different clothes. But I did feel a sense of wanting to be a little bit more creative as well. Okay.